Yeah, we can make them a lot more coffee. Are you excited to go back?
No. I'm excited to finish my classes. I need 4 more assignments and that's it.
You're like, I am done.
I'm almost done, girl.
You're literally like right there.
I don't know. I feel like I told my daughter like I feel like I'm gonna be missing something, because that keeps me busy all day
Oh
and
yeah.
every time. So like, and then my son moved out yesterday from the house because he went to university. So he's not even 18 yet, and he's out of the house. So they're like,
How was that?
oh my gosh.
You cried?
I felt it more with him than with my girls. With my girls, like, okay, bye bye, But with him, I was like, I did cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your girls are like, you didn't cry for us.
Yeah, that's what they say.
It's like, now we know who the favorite is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just a little bit.
It's crazy. I text him today in the morning. She was like, Mom, you never text me in the morning. Like, like Crystal, like my other daughter. She was like, you never text me in the morning. Why are you texting Bebe? Because we call him Bebe.
You're like, we're gonna have to make our own group chat. You're not gonna have to be in it. Well, at least he's off to college,
Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't know if I told you, like, there is, like, 6 friends of him. And only him and another kid went to school, like, after they graduate.
Yeah.
The other ones, they still don't know what to do with their life. One still, like, finishing school.
That's exciting, though.
Yes. And plus, because before you go, so like, I just want to finish my high school. I don't want to go to university. I don't, like, I want to work in a company or make my own company, like, things like that. But now seeing him going out of, the house and being in a dorm now, I'm like, oh, my baby. Yeah.
Oh, the baby.
Yes, it's scary, but Italian could still be.
My sister-in-law, she's saying, I have to bring this thing. And I'm like, yeah. At first I'm reading, I'm like, what? What thing?
I don't think she stopped. She's always by herself.
He looks like my dad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he has a round head like my dad. Yeah, he has a fat head. Yeah, he looks just like my dad. He's gonna be the one with the fat head. My brother has a small... I have a round head like my dad. My littlest brother has like a mix. Mm-hmm. Jimmy, my other brother, has a head like my mom, very tiny. Mm-hmm. Like very slim. And then mine is just like... I'm like, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Because at first I was like, who does he look like? Who does he look like? And he looks like my dad.
I just had a friend send me a link to a story that says I am charged with 2 counts of child neglect. Is that correct? Yes. Sir, I think I know what you would like to say.
What is it more harder to, like, do them over or start from 0?
Honestly, it really depends, because if you have a full set that's already like breaking off,
Missing it, okay.
then you might as well do them over. I had one girl come, all of them were lifting, like 5 were missing, and it's like, I might as well just do them over, and she was insisting on me just doing the fill, and I was like, okay. A fill is $10, a broken nail is $3 per nail. So you're paying more,
Yeah.
whatever it's you. And she was like, I don't care, I don't care. I want it, I want it.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
I'm a former Lafayette police detective.
I was like, it's what you want.
Well, I handle everything from juvenile cases to...
And it does make it a longer time because then after I was done fixing the lifting, 3 were off. So she only had 2 nails, but she still wanted the fill. And I'm telling her, your fill is not 10 now. It's a lot more.
Yeah.
So 3, so it'll be 3, 3, 3, and then
Yeah.
15, 6, 7, 18, 19, 20, 24, plus 10, 34. And then her design, I was like, whatever. Do what you want.
You just here to please the client. That's it.
You get what you want.
Yeah, my husband said like, they look good. Why are you gonna pick them out? Like, you don't know.
No.
They're not good. They're like, I've been wanting to do them like forever, but since Crystal wanted hers too, and then she had her appointment today, so I gotta switch with her. But yeah.
I'm like, as long as somebody comes, we're good. When's her appointment again? It was like, what?
At 10. 10 o'clock. It was the first appointment.
No, her and your old appointment. When you guys switched?
When was it? Last week. I think she came last week.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, last week. Yeah.
I know because I texted her too. I texted the number, confirming your appointment. She said yes, but then you said yes. And I was like, hold up.
Yeah, because when she texted her, she was like, Mom, don't forget about your appointment. I was like, yes, and then I text you.
Yeah, that's what I was like,
Oops.
wait. 2 people say yes. Hold up. I've done that where yeah. I have done that a couple times. I have to get new chargers. This is about that one little girl that they said wasn't little.
Oh, I've been wanting to watch it. The morphing, what is it called?
Yeah.
Yes.
She was little. They're just dramatic.
I would happily, casually stroll around that neighborhood. It's a nice part of town. This apartment is within 2 blocks of an adult GED center that she signed up for to get her GED. It's within 2 blocks of the bus route, a suicide prevention center, the Salvation Army, a local grocery store that takes her food stamp card. You couldn't draw a map and centralize her better to a place that can care for any one of her possible needs.
The Barnetts felt that this was it. Problems were solved. They washed their hands of this.
You watching it on
And
Hulu?
of course, they're right.
Oh.
Disney Plus. Well, they're like the same.
Being charged with child neglect. It actually became the beginning of the end.
My name is Kenna. I was Natalia's neighbor. I have 9 cats,
Ah, damn.
2 dogs, 5 kids.
She has a busy
I
life.
have my kids tattooed on me. If we adopt him, he'll be the 6th. I ran out of limbs, so I had to start put one under the limb.
Oh.
My house is a bunch of dogs in there. I've lived in
I
Lafayette
love cats,
my
but
whole
9
life.
cats?
Born and
Nope.
raised here.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Natalia,
My
was
grandma
when
had like
Michael
3.
and Christine
Yeah.
were moving Natalia
Yeah,
into her
it gets to be a
apartment.
lot. We have three, and
I just assumed
well, one is
that
more,
they
most
were the ones
of,
moving
one
into
of
the
them
apartment.
is more
But I
outside
never
than
did see
Yeah.
inside.
them again.
But
Yeah,
I
mine was
hate
a
it because we have to give him a shower every time
The
he comes
first time I
inside, because
met
then he brings
Natalia,
them
she had come over to
the
my house,
fleas
knocked
and
on the door.
everything,
I
you
was
know.
a little
One time
startled because I thought it was a little kid at my door, and then
and
she
we started
explains to me that
noticing that
she's
all the
22.
cats, they don't go
She
outside,
thought
but
she
they
was
started
22.
scratching and
I
scratching and
thought that was a
scratching.
little bit
And
strange
then we
that she
noticed
thought
that
she was
Ashley,
22.
my other daughter's
And Natalia
cat,
said that she didn't
started
have any
having
food
like
over there in
mole
her home, in her
spots.
apartment,
oh,
and
see?
that she needed to call
I was like,
her parents
hell no.
so
He
that
brought
she
the
could get some
ringworm
money.
into the
And here's
house.
the telephone. She
So we
didn't
had to
know what to do
disinfect
with it. It was like
everything, wash beds,
you know, like one of those
bed
reactions.
sheets,
Then I
everything.
said, well, do you have the phone
Ring
number?
nerve is so
No, I
contagious.
don't know
Yes,
it.
and then
So then the
we
phone
have
just
to
kind of just
wash
got put aside. And
the
it
cats
was,
for a
I'm really
month.
hungry. Could I have a
Every
sandwich?
other day with this water that stinks like
I
rotten
also
egg.
thought it was strange that
Because
the
I'm
Barnetts
gonna
would
pay
put
to
her
take
in
him to
a
the
second floor
veterinary when
apartment.
I can
Do
get the
it.
shit out, you know?
Yeah.
I have to climb
So I
16
did it,
steps
but
plus
oh,
the third
girl.
floor on the
It's
outside.
nasty.
That's a lot of
Nasty,
steps for
nasty.
someone
That
that
water was
small.
so
She was
stinky.
struggling to climb those steps. I was kind of
But
stunned.
I did save him.
And even if she
Hello,
was 22
hello,
and
hello.
she has those disabilities, she has special needs, why would you get her an apartment that she can't navigate? Going down the
Oh,
steps
yeah.
is extremely dangerous. So she could have fell at any point, and nobody would have known she had fell. Nobody would have known. I mean, there's so many things that could have happened. I mean, what if she had burnt the house down? Not only would she have died, you got all those people below her in those apartments that could have died. I felt like she was kind of left to the wolves. We lived a block away from the village pantry, and there was vagrants outside of that place, and there was a homeless shelter. There's a lot of crime happening. And at any point, someone could have gotten her to go home with them, or could have just straight up picked her up and snatched her. Definitely not an area of town that I would let my kids walk around unattended. It's gotten to the point where not only do I carry a weapon in my home, on my body, I carry a weapon outside of my home, on my body at all times.
That's how bad
it's a
it is.
necessity to be armed. I hope Natalia knows that
And
if
she
I
looks like a
had
little kid.
realized during that moment what was really going on,
Ray,
I
I
would
think
have
that
took
they put the
action.
real one, no? And then
I
she's
would've done
older. She's
something
like
to
25
help
years
her.
old.
Oh, yeah, she's older now.
Yeah.
I just hope she's having a good life. And I hope she gets the justice she deserves. She deserves for Christine and Michael to go to court, and they need to see their day. And she just deserves to have a circle around her to make her feel safe. I can't even imagine how scared she was. If she was 22, I'm sure she'd still be scared. I mean, look how small she was, how helpless she was. So regardless of her age, she was very scared and
Well,
alone.
because they thought that she was older because she
In
had
that situation,
a
should have
period.
never
Yeah,
ever
but
happened.
But I go
then,
like, that doesn't say anything, you know. You can have a period when you're 9.
The truth is,
Yeah.
that if I saw the
Yeah.
Barnetts, I probably wouldn't say really anything if I just started swinging.
you probably really would too.
Hopefully it's not working on her.
Yeah, these are messages between them.
Shotgun.
So let's recap here.
What
The
the
Barnetts
heck?
took
I don't know why they don't read it out
3-foot
loud.
tall,
Sometimes they go so fast, I'm like,
disabled little person, put her in an apartment on the 2nd floor where she's got to scale stairs that are
yeah, I don't know why you
dangerous
did that.
given her disability. It's in a high crime neighborhood. She's in an apartment with no accommodations for her disability. Couldn't reach the stove, couldn't reach the washing machine dial. First they took her cell phone. There's no landline in the apartment. There's absolutely no way for her to call for help if she needs it. That gets her in trouble. And so they give her back her cell phone, but they wiped all her contact information off her cell phone, and at times there was no electricity or food. So what are the Barnetts doing here? Are they trying to keep her silent? Are they trying to get rid of her for good?
I spoke to Natalia one time, that was it. I never seen her with parents. You know, every time I seen her, she was 90% of the time she was by herself. Been in neighborhoods since 67. I've seen her go from bad to worse. And I've been in trouble before. So, you know, I messed up in life. I've been to prison. Just like I tell anybody, I've got a sex offense. I messed up in life. I went through my time, come back out, you know. So I watch everything. That's what prison taught me. To be very observant of people, your surroundings, because you don't want to get caught up in that moment again and have something else happen to you. So, you know, she's a little kid. I try to stay away from that.
About a month after she started going to the Lafayette Adult Reading Academy, I just didn't see her from home anymore. She just disappeared. If you're an underage child living by yourself in that kind of surrounding, you don't know what to look for, what to stay away from. Nobody there to protect her. Nobody there to make sure that nobody that hurts her. I mean, it just really disturbed me. Natalia could have knocked on any door, and it could have been the last door she knocked on.
One day, when we moved to Canada,
Oh, they moved to Canada.
Adult GED center that she had been signed up for and she was going to for classes, asking us if we had heard from or seen Natalia. We don't know what to do. We start making phone calls. We start trying to figure things out. We can't figure it out.
When Natalia went missing in Lafayette, suddenly Michael and Christina worried about her. They weren't worried enough about her safety to put her in a first floor apartment in a safe neighborhood with a telephone. What are they really worried about? Maybe that she's a social worker or even the police.
A couple days later, we get a phone call from the GED center. Don't worry about it. We found her. She is with this lady, Cynthia Mann. Okay, well, that's concerning. Because anytime Christine would hear about Natalia had spoken to a neighbor or had interacted with a stranger, Christine would find out who that was.
She's having a good time with a new family.
That's her. That's her mistake. She needs to be in control. So we try to call Cynthia. We have a conversation with her. She lets us know she's living with us. Everything's fine. She's moved in. She's moved in. You met her 3 days ago. Christine and I call Lafayette. We call Adult Protective Services.
Oh, now you want to
Adult
know?
Protective Services goes out and evaluates the situation, and they report back to us. They found out that she had a food stamp card that had $500 on it, and they spent all the money on the foods at their house.
If you like this, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a side there. Yeah.
So they just took all of Natalia's food money.
What's it?
A week later, I get notified by mail that Natalia's Social Security payments, which was going to be, I was paying ourselves back for the rent, and I was paying her gas bill and her electric bill, that they're no longer going to me. Within 2 weeks of meeting her, Cynthia took Natalia to the Social Security office, and Natalia signed over her Social Security money to me. There's somebody
That's why he's mad.
against the lease's rules, limits, or making money
Well, at least she
off
has
of
a safe
Natalia's
place.
apartment that we paid for in advance. She was evicted. There was nothing we could do.
Between 2014 and 2019, a number of law enforcement agencies actively investigated Natalia Barnett's case. It culminated in 2019 when Brandon Davenport enters the picture. Once Detective Davenport starts looking into how Natalia came to Tippecanoe County, things start falling apart for Michael and Christine Barnett.
That's what they were mad. They weren't getting the Social Security money no more.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Cynthia.
I'm at the Indiana State Police, and I'm assuming that you may
Of
know
course,
why
you know,
I'm trying to get a hold of
there was
you.
no more free money.
Yeah.
So, have you guys tried or looked into adopting Natalia?
We actually tried to do legal guardianship and the court denied it.
She's lived with you for how long now?
She's been in the bank since 2014, so 5 years.
Alright, so when she moves in, you fall in love with her, you treat her like your own kid, and then she lives with you.
Oh yeah. Her parents get a number on the top, and they were so angry at her. And her electricity was cut off. And I told her, I said, you don't stay there no more, you're just gonna live at my house. So, you know, we got some chicken and some good food, and we went home and I cooked real good for her. And by this time, Christine had already called her phone so many times. She was terribly scared of Christine. And I told her, I said, well, it'll make you feel better, put the phone on speaker. So she put the phone on speaker. And Christine was just yelling at her, you should be at your house, you shouldn't be anywhere else. I go into protective mama bear mode. And I told Christine, I said, you shouldn't be talking to her like this. You bought this Ryan, you dropped her off, but she didn't know a soul. And she just went rambling. That's my daughter, and you have nothing to say. You need to take her to the psych ward because she hears voices and she's had sex before and she's poisoned me. And all this stuff that she's saying that Natalia has done. I felt like it was a dangerous tone, like if she would have been in front of Natalia,
I'm not
she
sure.
would have hurt Natalia. She screamed and yelled at me, so I finally had to hang up on her.
What I want to do is, I'm not looking at you guys. I want to find these individuals. I'm going to fill up paperwork to get the search warrant subpoenas to find out exactly why they have done this. It's suspicious.
After years and years and years of pain and abuse, I finally got the courage to leave Christine.
Oh.
Her and the boys
He
stayed
said
together.
I was in
I came
pain
back
and
to
abuse for
Indiana,
her now.
and it was
He
a
left
very
her.
rough divorce. It was not amicable. We lost the most important thing a marriage can have, and that's trust.
Crazy how that works.
Is there a place where you guys can talk? Is that okay? Yeah, it's not bad. Can we do that? Yeah. It's not, I was confused. Listen, I'm not arresting you today, okay? That's not my problem. Can we eliminate the word today? We're not arresting. There we go. Alright. I came in here, because I have speculation. I think that you're a good guy. I'm more concerned about Christine. Yeah.
There's a master manipulator. She'll do whatever it takes so she gets everything.
Do you know why she picked Lafayette?
She said to me, Lafayette is a white trash town. No one's gonna care. No one's gonna notice. So I'm gonna put her there. And because those people are
Now he's telling
actually
all on
white
his
trash,
wife.
I believe is the exact phrase. Then Natalia's not gonna con or manipulate anybody. Exact words.
Well, I think Christina took her over there and abandoned a child. I think in your heart, you know that it was wrong. Be honest with me. Yes, sir. I have to. How old do you think Natalia really is?
Right now, this second day,
Yeah.
if I had to put money on it,
Follow me here. That means that 6 years earlier, when she was living in Westfield, she was 16 by Michael's calculation. That means she's still a minor. He admitted it.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, Mike.
I just had a friend send me a link to a story that says I'm charged with 2 counts of child neglect. Is that correct?
Yes.
Just eating away.
What can I expect from here?
Going in jail, boy.
Mike, here's what you can expect.
You obviously know that Natalia was not, Natalia, I don't believe, is 30 years old.
I honestly don't know what to do or what to say. Okay? To be charged with something like this.
That's what
It's embarrassing, it's appalling, it's disgusting, it's degrading. Once the charges got filed, my attorney and I, we pull up to the Tippecanoe County Jail the next day to turn myself in.
It's tonight the man accused of leaving his adopted child alone in an apartment in Lafayette turned himself into authorities today.
The case being built by prosecutors confident enough to file charges of neglect.
I get put into a holding cell by myself. I was booked. I was fingerprinted. And then it's time for my mugshot. This could sound strange. I wasn't nervous. Not that camera. I'm not thinking about that camera. I think about the ones that are waiting for me outside.
Michael Barnett bonded out of Tippecanoe County Jail about an hour after turning himself in.
Christine, do you want to say?
No comment.
Christine Barnett turns herself in to the authorities a day after Michael turned himself in.
Especially for the first time, to hear that jail cell close behind you, that has to be one of the most humiliating experiences any individual could go through. Prior to this, the Barnetts were on the cover of magazines and newspapers, and now, after being arrested and charged, being photographed for a whole different reason.
The next day, I had employees pulling that up on their computer. Is this you? I have employees sending the link to my HR department saying, did you guys know this monster works for us? Suddenly, I am the bad guy of the universe. But my ex-wife, Christine, was the one in power. I had no control over any of this.
From that point on, it becomes Barnett versus Barnett. It is war. And Natalia is no longer Michael's target. It's Christine. He's not going to take the fall for this by himself.
He's blaming her.
Yeah.
He's like, it was all her, it wasn't me, I didn't do it.
I'm the dictionary definition of a guy that had it all and lost it all. The car itself is dead. Hasn't run for about a year. It's not going to run anytime
Oh, he
soon.
only stayed in jail for a year.
It's fine.
Lately, my life has been all about the trial, which is coming up just in a couple of months. If I felt like I was ever doing wrong, I would have hid it. Knowing what I know now, knowing and being able to see how I was manipulated, and being able to see how my sons have been manipulated after divorce.
It's
Question
crazy,
is,
his whole
do
tune
I
is
think
changing
Christine
now.
could have manipulated Natalia? That's an easy question. The answer is yes, Christine could have manipulated Natalia.
But first it was all
There was
Natalia
so
manipulating
much
people.
mental engineering
No.
done on me that built up and I blew up, and things ended so negatively, so poorly. She and I are truly unable to even exchange email. Her nickname is Evil, and she's earned every letter. She has twisted, convoluted, lied, publicly, privately, repeatedly, over and over and over again, so she can maintain power, money, control over everything and everyone. My middle son and my youngest son, I've not seen them in over 8 years. And
Oh, wow.
they want nothing to do with seeing me. We all were abused in that household. And Christine was the purveyor of abuse. You're gonna get the truth. I will pre-warn you, you might not like the truth, but you'll get the truth. Christine blamed everything on Natalia.
The dynamic between Natalia and the rest of the family seemed to shift relatively early on.
my mom would get into arguments and like try to figure out who Natalia really was. Their relationship was definitely hostile.
Then why
Okay,
adopt
so
her?
you told me some things that were not true.
Things would spiral quickly and escalate quickly. Christine and Natalia were in imminent danger. My children were just one step below it. I promise you, within 5 years, someone's dead.
I'm gonna do my toast.
Natalia, look at me. Look at me. Natalia, how long have you been on this wall? 2 minutes. Okay, so it's hurting you that bad in 2 minutes? All right, well, you still need to be on your wall.
My mom firmly believes that, like, Natalia is a hostile agent. You know, that she definitely is not who she says she is and intends harm. Every day, Christine and Natalia would have the third-degree spotlight tell me everything about you. One time I come home from work, open the door, say hello. Natalia is standing in the breakfast nook, nose against the wall. What'd she do? This is what I was told. Natalia, this morning, is not cooperating with Christine. Very adversarial, very butting heads, and honestly, God bless her, Natalia's probably the first person ever to stand up to Christine.
You will write your sentences, but since you're being a big stinker pot and you're just fighting, you're going to need to have time on the wall.
10 a.m., she puts her nose in the wall. You will stay there until you get to this table and write down names of people you have been with. That girl stands there, nose in the wall, from 10 a.m. to noon. Christine makes everybody lunch, gets Natalia's food, puts it right next to her. You can eat this. When, boys and girls? When you sit your ass at the table and you write down the names of every person you've lived with, and you tell me who you really are. When I got home, Christine says that, yeah, she's been standing still, nose on the wall, for 8 hours. And she ain't getting out of there until she writes down names. Michael, don't you say a word to her. Don't you help her. I've been dealing with this all day long. Don't you do anything except back up your wife. Do you understand me? Yeah. So, at this point in time, it's been 8 hours. Natalia soiled herself. Natalia, according to Christine, soiled herself hours ago. And per Christine, on purpose, just to spite me and make me upset. So I sit on the couch in the living room, Natalia's behind me in the kitchen, Christine's on the couch, and we're gonna enjoy our evening. We're gonna watch TV. We're enjoying our evening. You can join us. You can watch TV when you tell us who you are.
What's the point of adopting her?
Yeah.
She
Like,
has
what
now
was the point?
defecated on herself. She hasn't moved. Every day I would come home, and best case scenario is Christina's sitting on the couch, angry, and Natalia's in her room. That is the best case scenario for the next 2 years. What was the worst case scenario?
She's standing for three.
So if I'm open and honest and willing enough to tell police officers this, I can do this. There were multiple times, 3 that I bore witness to, and I'm certain far more than that Christine beat holy hell out of me. So one day I come home from work. This is April of 2011. The tension in the air. Walking into the house. I see my wife. I'll try to be as accurate as I can. You want the guys to point the camera. I mean, right here is.
You're thinking about it too much.
Similar to this.
You hurt yourself.
Ow.
I know her son gets that dyslexia thing from, or the Asperger's is from him.
Body
Right.
break in 1,000 pieces. She beat fully out there. It is not open hand, it's fists, it's elbows. I'm afraid. I am afraid of flying. I am freaking out. I don't know what to do.
Everything you say to me sounds real. I do think that Christina was a master manipulator.
Detective Davenport was using a common interrogation tactic, where he leads the target of the investigation to believe that he's on his side, to gain his trust, and elicit more information. Michael really has changed his tune, and after hearing about how Natalia was treated, and the beatings, if she really was hiding knives under her bed, it makes me wonder if she was doing it in self-defense.
And the beatings happen. I stand there not knowing what the hell to do. The only thing I can think. Turn a camera on, turn a recorder on, and I palm my phone and hide it. I start recording. How could you betray my trust? How could you do that? Right in front of me right now, you erase everything in the phone. Reset phone, hit OK. Don't you ever do anything like that again. I never got rid of the phone. I specifically kept it my entire life, just in case someone was ever able to do a data recovery off of it and pull the video back.
Exchange between Michael and Christine is really an explosive revelation. Michael accuses Christine of beating Natalia, and she doesn't deny it. So that's sort of a tacit admission that she did.
You're giving me consent, right? You're giving me consent on the phone.
Yes, sir. I don't have to be retrievable on it.
I asked people that work at the FBI to call them there, so they can see what they can do. Okay.
When the time came, Michael offered up Christine to the police on a silver platter.
He's like, take her, not me.
You know, I can help and provide as much information about Christine as possible, and I don't know, I've watched too many TV shows, I suppose.
Mike, it's full consideration, but I can't make any promises and I can't make any deals with you because that's not my position. That would be the prosecutor's decision. Okay.
Before I let you go, and obviously this is something you might not be willing or able to answer. When you spoke with Natalia, did she state that I never harmed her and tried to keep Christine from beating her?
Well, Mike, did you ever harm her?
Exactly.
If you never harmed her, then she should have ever said that, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, I'm not going to say either way. I'm just saying that if you told me the truth, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you told me the truth about Christina, right?
Yes, I did.
All right. Well, then I think we're on the same page. make a difference in right or wrong here.
From my mom's perspective, Natalia infiltrated our family and wanted to harm us. And so my mom denied possibly doing anything wrong, and if anything, she was just operating under the advice of therapists. And I can assure you that no therapist would advise this particular action, which I'm not going to go into detail, but your therapist did lose their license.
Breathe it in. It's truly the best regular moments we would always have together as a family. Sitting down, having popcorn. It brings a level of comfort. Like there's a level of, maybe it's happiness, maybe it's purity, maybe it's just remembrance of a good moment here and there. This was part of our lives. We were moving people. It was what we did 2-3 nights a week. Jake smells popcorn, Jake arrives. Look at Marty like, taste.
Oh, he's hanging out with
You
his
and me
kids.
standing here eating popcorn together. You know, I never thought I'd get this far. I never in a million years dreamed that this would ever happen again. 2019, I haven't seen you in 5.5 years. And I sent you a couple messages on Facebook
They're so dramatic.
just to let you know, hey, if you have any questions about Dad, why'd you leave? Just ask. Of the 3 boys, you're the one that responded. You invited me to come see you in New Orleans. I had no idea what to expect. No clue. And I walk up, and the first thing you say to everybody was, this is my dad.
What do you want him to say? He's so dramatic.
We're dad in almost 6 years. They gave me hope.
Even he's like,
I didn't have
What the
hope
heck, Dad?
for a very, very, very long time. I was 100% convinced I'd never see you again.
he got that one
I'm still
tear out.
convinced I'll never see your brothers again. Sorry.
It's clear that someone wronged someone else. It's easy to go around and categorizing people into clusters of good people and bad people. But good people do bad things, bad people do good things. I just don't want blame to be falsely assigned. My mom and I are kind of going through it at the moment. Recently, I had a bunch of questions relating to childhood, just concerns, and so I called her. Like, I was just expecting her to maybe acknowledge some of the things I was saying. Like, I wasn't necessarily looking for an apology or anything, but I didn't even get that.
I tell you that it's not okay. You're trying to pick on people.
I did ask her about some stuff relating to Natalia, but
That's very cute.
I don't think I'm comfortable sharing with it here. Partially, I'm protecting my mom by not being explicit here. I mean, my mom is definitely not 100% innocent, so...
Okay,
kind of
so
stuck
let me
in, like, a
see
rock and
your
hard
photo
place.
again.
I don't want to hurt anyone. And, I recognize that might not be possible.
Okay, so full ombre friendships.
Yeah, I need to sleep on some things. Yeah, I don't know if I wish to talk about this room.
I'm like, I have a perfect orange. Put it in.
Because there are so many questions. Could possibly the Barnetts just be making this up to cover their tails and to cover their tracks? There's something really deeply wrong here. It doesn't smell right.
Put
There's
that one in.
something wrong. What's going on? Somebody's hiding something.
Jonah.
Who didn't turn on?
Oh, shoot.
So I told him about my last interaction with my mom. But, yeah, I guess the moral thing that I've been struggling with is if there's some like shred of hope that she can be redeemed, I don't think it's worth dragging her character down anymore.
That's a nice way of saying I put 2 rounds in a shotgun and I fired. It's okay. I feel like I deserve the right to tell myself.
Well, kicking down the stairs when we said we're not going to say, right? And my plan going in today was to not tell them that. And furthermore, I understand there could be legal recourse to that. And, you know, I'm not really looking forward to like being subpoenaed.
Oh,
Put
shoot.
my microphone on. I am such an idiot.
He said the microphone recording the private conversation.
Really?
She's abusive.
Put up. Oh. Put that one in.
I couldn't stand up to that woman. I could today. I could now. With distance and space and clarity, I could now.
I think he has autism.
Yeah, I think he's on the other spectrum, guys.
I'm like, there's no way. Put that one in.
Put my microphone on. I am such an idiot.
Put that one
That's
in.
just all I wanted to talk about, but now I feel like a moron because I have my microphone on.
First of all, I get this. I walk up first of all. Come. Second, you are not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you disciplined by Christina? Okay, tell me about that. They didn't like really like whoop me or nothing like that. Did anyone ever put their hands on you? Do you know what that means? Like physically, did anyone physically harm you?
No, but I know they did. Well, actually,
Initially, Natalia, in her interview with the forensic interviewer with the prosecutor's office, she's made a lot of conflicting statements, and they are memorialized in police reports.
That they will be like, you know, like sometimes the parents, they would think about, they did whoop me. She literally let the boys whoop me. She let the 3 boys whoop me? Yes. Jacob, he just dropped me. When you say he just dropped you, what does that mean? Like he would have
cute. I like the color a lot.
Yeah.
So it was actually, this ties into one of the things that I didn't know whether or not to talk about here. But I think I decided I will anyways. One of Natalia's problematic behaviors was that she would frequently soil, urinate in places where she shouldn't. Just for example, on blankets or on furniture such as a couch, or because it was happening frequently, whatever. My mother was trying to address the situation, wasn't working. So one solution my mom came up with was to urinate in Natalia's bed. She had pink blankets. The biggest part is like basically the action. I remember feeling anger while I was doing it. Like you're experiencing a thought like, oh, this will show her. Do we need more on this topic, or are we good? She didn't give me instructions. She didn't like, oh, let's aim that way. It was never. More of this action of urinating in Natalia's bed. And, yeah, to this day, I feel horrible that I actually did that. It's one of those things that keeps me up at night.
They were all just bad to her.
Like, I kind of feel like a Nazi following orders, in a way. So there's definitely guilt.
What color are we gonna do your toes?
See.
Nice.
I don't think Natalia was treated fairly. In the unlikely scenario that Natalia listens to this and doesn't turn it off, I hope she understands it all day. I've had a lot of time to really think about stuff, grow up. But I don't know if I wish to talk about this further. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff off the chest, but I haven't really had a chance to speak about it publicly. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add.
Jacob has relayed to me that Christine made him specifically, we're not going to talk about anybody else. While I was at work, Christine made Jacob pee all over Natalia's face. Jacob's words to me, his mom explained it to him as, it is therapeutic. It is something that a therapist told her to be done. Christine told Jake that it's okay. And my wife made my 12-year-old son pee all over Natalia's face as a get you back. Give me a second.
He's really trying to force the cry.
You hear your kid tell you something like that? 12 years later, know what shaking loose from me in that moment. I tried to put my arm on him as he was telling me. He was smacking me away.
Christine controlled her children and used them to control Natalia. It was all about control and manipulation. The Barnetts are supposed to, like all parents, protect their children. Christine put Jacob on the front lines, and it makes you wonder,
Very
what
cute.
did she force Natalia to do?
Natalia was abused by that woman. I was abused by that woman. Jacob was abused by that woman. My other two sons are abused by that woman right now today. That woman is a controlling, lying, manipulating woman. We were all abused.
Okay, because we interviewed you.
I would be like,
Christine's a monster. One time she yelled at me because she was standing on a chair to change a light bulb, and I wanted her to get off the chair
wow.
because she was pregnant and due the next day, and she's up on yelling because Michael had changed the light bulb. And I said, Christine, you need to come down. She told everybody I hit her. And then she told me I had to leave their house, that I wasn't welcome there anymore. But the really hard part is what this has done to my son. He's been raped over the coals. He's been treated like crap. When he's a person, and I know every mother's going to say that,
How do you want your water?
but I think that a piece of him has been carved out and thrown away.
So, there's the easy definition of sexual abuse, which is obvious and visual, and you can see it and you can know it. And then there's what I went through. She sexually abused me by physically violating my body. No, she did not. She sexually abused me by using it as a tool. Yes, she did.
There's no way he's saying that.
So Christine's sexual things to manipulate me was basically holding it from me, keeping it from me. She knew I was attracted to it. There were many years that the number of times that she permitted it to happen was single digits. She never came on to me. She never told me I was attractive. She's the attractive one. I'm the ugly one. So invariably, I get a wee bit addicted to pornography. Pornography is not going to tell me I'm ugly. It's not going to reject me. So, Christine would use the pornography stuff against me. It made it worse. October 2013. I leave Canada. We were not yet divorced at this point. And Christine decides to start using sex as a weapon to make me come back and get back enrolled and served. So she would start sending naughty pictures to me, teasing me, tempting me. If you just come back, you'll get this.
Christine was leveraging her body, her sex, to get what she wanted in the divorce. You can have this, but give me what I want, which is custody of the boys. And he agrees.
Christine is the walking epitome of evil. At first, for a very long time, I thought the brainwashing was only on me. I didn't see it happening to anybody else. Until I saw how my sons had been manipulated after divorce. She told my kids over and over and over and over and over, your father's going to kill you, I'm going to protect you. And for a young developing mind, how often often do you need your mom to repeat to you? Your dad's gonna kill you until you start buying it. My middle son and my youngest son, I've not seen them in the Lakers. And they want nothing to do with seeing me. Evil. She's earned it. She's earned every single letter of it. Evil.
Given the bitter divorce between Michael and Christine, they really hate each other. There's a war between them, and the criminal cases against Michael and Christine are coming up. The prosecution had to file charges separately against Michael and Christine, I suspect, because Michael told Detective Davenport about a lot of alleged criminal conduct by Christine. And Michael's trial is first. So is he trying to put all the blame on Christine to escape any accountability? Or is he motivated by revenge?
For the first year after the divorce, we were using the one communal phone. The one communal phone, at that point in time, had been set up to automatically back up pictures and videos. So, every time she takes a picture of my sons, it's automatically backing up to my Dropbox account. So I'm opening Dropbox every day, hoping to see my kids, hoping to see smiles, hoping to see a video, hoping to hear their voices. And nearly immediately after, I'm seeing pictures. Pictures of her in various states of undress that I know are being sent to other people.
Oh.
You saw those pictures. They were tame. I could have been wearing a pretty pair of shorts in those pictures. And you know, and yeah, you don't know which ones I sent to him. Because there were some really, really tame ones, and then there were the ones that I sent to you. And why did I send them to you? Why did I send them to you? Tell me the truth.
You didn't send me anything, Chris. You didn't email me anything.
What?
You didn't text me anything. You didn't send anything. Chris, it's in my Dropbox. Wait. Stop. Do you know what Spotify is?
I did not know. I don't know what it is.
Spotify's like Pandora. It's a music player.
Christine was not tech savvy. She didn't understand computers, she didn't understand technology. She would take pictures of herself in lingerie and save them there. And this whole time, Michael was living with me and my family, and these are just appearing on his computer. And to watch him go through the devastation it was almost like his life was being ripped apart from the inside, and not only his life, but his heart.
There's been a lot of pain in their 15-year broken marriage.
She has twisted, convoluted, lied, publicly, privately, repeatedly, over and over and over again, so she can maintain power, money, control over everything and everyone. Natalia was manipulated, brainwashed, engineered into looking as crazy as possible. Summer 2012, Marion County Court has ruled that Natalia is an adult. A month or two before that moment, Christine has taught and rehearsed a greeting with Natalia. Hi. And I got to do it in the voice and everything, so I'm gonna give me a sip of water. I can see her do it. So I can see her with her hands. Her fingers don't bend due to one of her dysplasias, and it's just the way it is. Hi, my name's Natalia. I might look young, but I'm actually 23 years old, and I'm dangerous. I have tried to kill people before.
That's crazy that they really did that to her.
I don't think I would witness her say that reading to a stranger publicly. ever present when Natalia on her own met a stranger. It was something Christine had told Natalia for when we weren't around, and Christine couldn't warn the people herself that she was dangerous. Should I have been more of a man? Should I have stood up and taken control and put my foot down? Yeah. Take that back. That's not being a man. Should I have been any different person? Yes. Was I at all mentally or emotionally capable of doing such a thing? No. She's abusive. I told her. Stand up to that woman. I could today. I could now. If distance was facing clarity, I could now. Couldn't. But she just couldn't.
She told me that she was trying to cut on our mom. I was like, why was that? And I'm like, she was coached to say that, and those things didn't happen. And so he was just saying, this is what happened. Or had a baby to believe me. She was just so far disconnected emotionally from what was happening.
Abuse in children is all about power. Christine was the one in power at all times. Christine's the one in power right now, today.
If it's true that Christine was manipulating Natalia to say things that were false, it's really disturbing, and it begs the question of whether or not this is evidence of Stockholm syndrome, or is it evidence that Natalia was a child following the orders of her mother? Now, that may explain some of Natalia's inconsistencies. For example, Natalia admitted trying to poison Christine.
Just said I tried to poison them, so I had to leave the harsh for a while.
And then she denied it.
Did you try to put a foreign substance in her mouth?
No, and that's why she told me to tell you.
It sure sounds like these statements were things that Natalia didn't necessarily want to say. That sounds like a compulsion.
Okay, let's see one book.
Forced to say certain things. Everything in this case boils down to Natalia's age. Is she a child or is she an adult? Did she really have been born in 2003? How old is Natalia Barnett really? It's clear that the prosecution believes Natalia was a child when she was left alone to fend for herself in this apartment in Lafayette, Indiana. Getting her re-aged to an adult would have been a way for Michael and Christine to protect themselves from child neglect charges. There are two sets or theories of charges. One is based on Natalia being a child.
This one hurts.
Another set of charges is based on Natalia being independent with a disability. This is where Natalia's age becomes extremely important. If the prosecution can prove that Natalia was a child, despite her re-aging, it should be an open and shut case with any jury.
Oh, you're a little too high.
What would have happened if you wouldn't have gone along with Natalia being a judge? Oh my God. I would have lost my kids then. That's for sure. Never see my kids again. Get down my ass. And she would have done what she did. I mean, she did it. Christina was a master manipulator. Yep. What if I told you Natalia has never had a period? I'd be stumped. What if I told you that Natalia really just started developing breasts a year ago?
That doctor's telling me she's going to go. You'll see me emotionally.
The truth, I feel, with all the research that I've done, you've been told a certain story. A lot of people have been told a certain story. The truth is that Natalia really isn't that old. I think in her heart knows that it was wrong.
And we'll get another
Natalia may
block.
re-age, but it could be a low factor here.
makes a big difference in how that's looked at legally.
Hey, doctor, my name is Brandon Davenport. I'm Detective with the Indiana State Police, and I was trying to get hold of you about Natalia Barnett.
I haven't seen her as a physician in, gosh, 7-8 years, something like that.
I have to admit that I don't believe Natalia was 22 years old when she was made 22 years old, or else I wouldn't be looking into it.
That 22 number, and I think that came out of the court. Yeah, I don't know how easy it is to age people up.
Yes.
I would think it's a difficult process.
Well, I would have thought it would be a difficult process, to be honest with you. The truth is, this actually happened without even a hearing, which is kind of crazy. But they definitely used you as a person to get that done. It definitely looked like they're trying to say that they're aging her up because you aged her up.
I remember her telling me that she was some pretty teen.
Christine was making her say that she was older than what she was. Christine had a tendency, it seems like her family at least had this tendency to falsify a lot of different things to get their way. Now we have to ask ourselves, why did they do this? We don't have no suspicions. You know that in Indiana you were responsible for a child, especially if you adopt them until 21 years old. You know? So being 22 years old, that made them not responsible financially for this child anymore. So what if Christine comes back and says, you know what, we wouldn't have aged her up if Dr. McLaren didn't tell us that she was what she was? Do you think that causes a unique problem?
If they say it was all my idea,
Yes.
gosh, I suppose it could. Is that the issue here?
It could become a problem. My guess is that they're going to say that they are not going to be taking any responsibility for getting aged up, and they only did it because you said that she was 22 years old. If they don't want to take responsibility for what they did, they're going to pass it off to somebody else.
So what's curious is that this emergency petition to re-age Natalia is based in large part on Dr. McLaren, the family doctor and general practitioner. But Dr. McLaren's opinion is apparently what ruled the day for the judge and everything else. This is a central issue for the prosecution.
Would you agree that the fact that you personally believe that Natalia is a child, that biases your investigation?
I don't think my investigation is biased.
Okay, so do you believe that Natalia is back in 2013? Do you believe she's a child?
The facts suggest that she was a child at the time.
The facts are that the court order is saying that she's
Very well, you're not going to find anything. He just said that it is obvious the facts show she's a child.
Is that what you said, that it's your opinion that the facts show she's a child?
If you're asking me, sir, yes, sir.
Natalia's age, her birth year, was so important that prosecutors and Detective Davenport went to a brain. They went there to track down this woman, Anna Gava, who is allegedly Natalia's biological mother, and get a DNA sample from her.
My name is Brandon. So we came a long way to meet. Our goal, and I think your goal, is we want the best for a little girl. So we're going to take this test.
To swallow the lower part of the response.
Is that supposed to be your mom?
The
Yeah.
DNA test results came back. It is the match. She
Oh,
is
wow.
indeed Natalia's biological mother.
Why did she give her up?
This is a
They didn't say.
huge deal. And they put this whole age issue to rest. This changes everything.
It really does, because now it's like she's was a little girl. Her mom probably gave her up because she was tiny.
Yeah, maybe because of the disability. You know, like
Yeah,
you can't
it was a
handle that.
lot of money.
Yeah.
Biologically 32, but 33, sorry. Or, she's 33. Legally. Biologically 19.
government says 30% of the country's power stations have been destroyed in just over a week, prompting residents to restrict their use of electricity and water.
It's part of Moscow's campaign to drive the nation into the cold and dark. Расскажи, откуда ты, с какого ты города?
Я колумбиана. Родилась в Латвии в 79 году, 20 апреля. У меня 4 детей, ну, плюс еще один. 4 сентября родилась в 2003 году. В 6:25 родилась в первом доме. А моя родительская дочка. Ну, показали, что роды очень тяжелые, тяжелые. Когда я уже от наркоза отошла, и на через землю я врач пришел и сказал, что нет смысла ее забирать. Сходите на со мной, смотрите, вообще никак. И вот мне будет платить. Операция стоит $100 000, а так как у тебя таких денег нет, у тебя еще дочка большая, ну, уже первая у меня была, и потом Саташа. И она мне принесла образец отказа, где писать отказ, и мне нужно было в 5 экземплярах написать. Я вообще, честно говоря, не хотела оставлять, но врачи говорят, что через выросшие помочь. Ты молодая, 24 года. Не ломать иллюзии, говоришь, что дети будут.
Что именно возбуждает в тебе вот эти грустные эмоции, из-за которых слезы на глаза наворачиваются?
То, что я вообще послушала и оставила. А не забрала. Я постоянно выступаю, думаю, что она, как она, где она, чем занимается, все остальное.
А ты так тяжело говорить сейчас?
Не встает. Там обещали ей золотые горы, а получилось все наоборот. Значит, когда узнала, что вот такое получилось, что Настю ее оставили, одну спросили, я сейчас была в шоке.
Что случилось, когда американцы приехали увидеться с тобой в 2019 году?
Вот когда приезжали американцы, сигнал, я полиция выпроводила, и Таюка, и полицию. Там был прокурор, детектив, но у нас это...
Sorry. Ow.
Natalia was born in 1979, which means she would have been 10 years old if Natalia was born in 1989 as the courts ruled when they engaged her. So there aren't a lot of good reasons besides seeing pubic hair on her to believe she was born anytime before 2003. Also, we know that Michael's attorneys have the DNA results of Anagava because they got it in discovery in preparation for the trial. So they know Anagava is a match for Natalia.
So regarding the woman in the Ukraine that supposedly is her mom or that stuff, I don't know the truth of it. And that is the God's honest truth. I don't know. And this is where if my attorney were hanging out with me, he would jump in and say some attorney things. He would say something about due process and inspecting the evidence.
Your comments are so long.
Researching the validity of such things.
Yeah.
I've never met her. I've never been to Ukraine. I didn't conduct any tests. I've done none of these things. Is this somebody that I was present for during any kind of screening? No.
Has this information been validated in a court of law and been made official that yes, this is all legit? No. This is a test submitted by a prosecutor who has a reason to want to win their case.
The Tippecanoe County Superior Court judge sided with the defense's argument that Natalia's age cannot be part of this case. The judge ruled years ago that Natalia was an adult when this series of events took place. For that reason, no one can portray her as a child, a big setback for the prosecution.
You know they were fighting for that, to get her to be like, okay, she was a child.
Despite this DNA evidence that Anna Gavin is Natalia's biological mother, the court ruling that Natalia's age was not going to be relitigated at this criminal trial is a huge blow to the prosecution. All the witnesses were prepared to testify about Natalia's age, and now they're being muzzled and silenced.
Barnett.
Judge, you start with deputy prosecuting attorney.
Terrence Kennard, Michael Barnett. Matt have evaluated Natalia.
I treated her back in 2010.
I think the wife was taking those photos on purpose. She probably knew that he was getting them. And she was taking them to bug him.
Yeah, of course.
She had been legally declared underdog.
People really
when you
do.
left it, like, she also like sent some messages with pictures of nudes and said like if you return with me, you come back with me, you're gonna get all of these. Like, really.
So let me finish, please. Let me finish.
Should I come back home?
They gave her a date of birth. And the point I'm trying to get across to you is that when you testify, and the prosecution tells you, there's not going to be any testimony of you trying to tell the jury that, well, when I saw her, she was a child.
Actually, it's the line. One traits are not
Ms. Marker, you understand that we can't talk about that at trial, right?
so I'm to remove it over the door.
Okay, put that one back in.
I curse him.
So what I'm saying is what was legally put out there.
I don't appreciate you saying that we're not interested in the truth. Because I am interested in the truth.
Okay.
There's a lot of lies that
Hold on. We are not going to argue about...
I'm not arguing. What I'm saying is you will not disrespect me and say that I am not interested in the truth.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he just said that we're not interested in the truth.
Can we get back to the
Her
point?
birthday, doctor, is September 4th, 1989.
We are at the attorney's office, and it is game time. We're here for court prep. We have my three attorneys waiting on the fourth floor for us to go in and figure out exactly what the game plan is. I wish I could tell you what comes after trial. I have zero idea or control of what my life
That
will
feels
look
better?
like, what my future
Yeah.
will be like.
Like, you had a deep
You're
background.
gonna see.
Sorry.
I've got three full-time attorneys working on this case and only this case 24/7. We've got Riley. Riley's the attorney on the case. And then we can get sharp and skilled.
Yeah, you had it like deep in there.
Yeah.
Then I've got Vincent Scott. Vincent's call to help the jury understand and see plainly and clearly. Then I get to the leader. Got my attorney and Savior Terrence Kennard on my side. Terrence and I really got close. It truly feels like family. It feels like a friend.
100% behind you. Absolutely. And so I'll tell you this, because right now the stakes are high. And they put 12 people in one because
You haven't even heard from Christine in this documentary.
Yeah, I don't think they interview her. It's only him, like, literally.
Yeah.
The whole interview.
state of Indiana.
She's gonna have her own segment.
I know. Oh, you think she's in jail?
Oh, could be that too.
Yeah.
Paid to vote for her. We will not remain her standing trial. But we know the overall message is going to be abandoned by the word adoption. In this case, you know, it's kind of crazy. Everybody's expecting this to be about this crazy adoption. But it's not. In this case, it's the allegation of corrupt. If the jury looks at Natalia
Okay, put that one in.
stature, they'll know she's an adult. But even as an adult, they say, but still, how can parents be someone so kind by themselves? And the jury believes that in faith, they can find that you've abandoned the person that's in me. They can convict. Here's the thing, we can't use the word adult. I don't know. Well, I can't use the word child. Yeah, well, we don't want to use the word child.
How is she able to get all those cards, like Social Security and stuff like that, if you're not a child? That means they forged it.
People that like me, that's hard. Ideal jury, I would want educated, middle-class jurors. So you're going to have a very conservative mix. And you want to be relatable to them. Yes, sir. Facial expression and demeanor. Smile. No less. Don't over-express yourself because it can come off as really creepy or detached. So it doesn't sit there facial expression-wise. So obviously not a happy smile on that. Not happy decor. It's also not. And upset. It's just the truth coming out of that. An innocent person being reviewed and judged. So, yeah. And the elephant in the room, you know, whether or not Bible's taking a stand. All that's going to depend on what we need to get out that's not there. This is the...
Your toenails do curve in like this.
Yeah.
Our goal is we're going to go whoop somebody's ass. I know you got this. I love you, man. Say anything like, my fellas. All right, so, my guys. The one thing I'd be worried about with Mike, he really won't sleep.
One time I went to these like tennis things and my daughter, you know, she had like 10-year toes, you know, and
Oh yeah.
oh my god, they were cracking out of her toes and my toes. And I go, Crystal, this is it. We're not coming back again. Because they were like, they will pull. Literally, one lady got up and went and looked at my daughter's toes.
Why?
Because they were just making fun of her toes. And I go like, shit, we're not coming back.
You're like, I want to leave now.
You know, even though like they were not speaking, you know, English, but you know that they were making fun. You
Yeah,
know?
you know what they're doing because they're getting up and and pointing and talking.
Yeah.
Like, they're not dumb. Okay, put that one in. Let's see this foot.
Larry, weekend out for trial. Look, we know what the prosecution's going to do. We know what the state's going to do. We know what they're going to throw us. We know when they're going to throw it. We know how they're going to throw it. We know how fast it's going to go. We know everything about their game plan. We know where their game plan's going to end up. They think we don't know it's going to end up over there. We do. We're there waiting for it. So when they toss us a little softball, you know, Michael's right here. Crush it. That'll be it. everything in my life once. If you were to show up here, right now, if you were to tell me that you've got my youngest son, Ethan, my little son, Wesley, in your car with you right now, if you were to tell me, Mr. Barnett, you can see for 5 minutes, you can smile, you can hug your children, it's only for 5 minutes, but to do it, you can cut your arm off. I'm not even going to hesitate.
He's so dramatic. Nobody's gonna do that. Like,
I will do it. Hey, fight. Stop with your things up there. When this first started, every single night that I lied awake, I would be picturing every single second in jail. I'd be going through everything I'd ever heard of jail. I'd be Googling, hey, what's jail really like, and reading the horror stories. What is at risk? Everything. Everything. Sorry about throwing it. I am a thrower when I get mad. And innocent. Once the truth comes out, nothing to run and hide from. But Christine, she has hidden a lot of things. During discovery, while the police are gathering their evidence, requesting evidence, and whatnot, they subpoenaed Christine's entire Facebook history, every message she's ever sent, every post she's ever made, etc. As part of the discovery, my attorney asked me, hey, go through this and just make sure that there's no landmines that we should be aware of. So if I'm just searching through, there's a name that pops up that I was not expecting. It's someone that brought their kid to our daycare in about 2006-ish. They got married, and these are extremely inappropriate, sexual nature conversation. A lot of masturbating together. I want to have 3 ways with you and my wife. Can you reach out to my wife for me and invite her? And I hit floor crying. And then I see all about the handyman, and all about her making out with him, and all about her taking him to a parking lot with their kids at home, and having sex with him in the open McDonald's and Tim Hortons parking lot. Who does this? Here comes the ladies' man. Watch out, it's the ladies' man.
My name is Fred Gill. I was a celebrity in the country music business. The thing about being on tour is the late night. Man, let's just say that I shoved all that out. Christine reached out to me over Messenger because they had just adopted Natalia. And so Christine had some questions for me about me and sought some advice, and I was more happy to share that with them. Our conversation started off very benign, and then pretty quickly turned into a chain of messages of a sexual nature. Christine tried to entice me into corresponding by putting yourself out there physically. There were multiple messages, quite a bit more graphic, back and forth, about the kind of things we were going to do sexually. It's this idea that she said that picture talks about the fact that she really seen me as small, that she like everybody else. I go on to talk about my manhood, larger than average. I asked her if she liked oral, and she said, lots of guys are good at it. I told her about how I had to ask her if I could just like kick me across the room because I was doing this with my orgasm. Peel the sheets off the bed, that kind of stuff. Eventually, I was called by a police investigator asking me about messages between Christine and I.
So I find out about this long after divorce with a woman that I truly cannot even fathom
right.
Because I might get emotional over it, but I truly don't have trouble talking about it. It was close because I've been to a third suicide attempt since the second one. It's been 18 years since then.
Okay, this foot.
I have panic attacks all day long.
Bring it
I have
closer.
anxiety attacks all day long. Here we are at my Chinese office. This is the only place I feel myself anymore. This is the only place that I feel comfortable and confident, and I don't feel like someone might be coming to attack me. I don't feel safe almost anywhere anymore. There's always a potential of some random reporter banging on my door and shouting my name. Michael Barnett, we know you're in there. Come out.
It's a story that captured the world's attention.
The bizarre case of child neglect. The parents from Indianapolis accused of abandoning their adopted daughter in an apartment.
The Barnetts will have separate trials, but Michael just days away.
So you think they should go to jail?
I felt like I was already robbed of my childhood, but when I got reengaged, that's really hit. It's not right to do that to a child. They should do their time, get it over with, and get right with
And
it.
bring that foot back some.
Michael's trial is coming up, and the judge is ruling that despite this DNA evidence, age still can't be mentioned. And that's a big blow to the prosecution, because a lot of their counts had to do with the abandonment and neglect of a child. And everything became now abandonment and neglect of a disabled person, not a child.
Not a child.
They still
it's the
abandoned her.
worst,
I'm going to
man.
answer all the
But it's
questions.
good the
The
sentence
judge
could be
has
worse.
limited the evidence that the jury can hear.
What's the damage, friend?
Natalia was re-aged from age 22.
People are just crazy.
When you're a law firm, you can report people who are being neglected.
So I didn't know, I didn't even know what that meant.
But you didn't know
55.
that, hey, you have to
I have to count it in my head.
Yes, because I didn't know that I could call the police and tell them.
Four.
the thing that the police
give you
said,
10 more.
Oh yeah, I'll get you.
you're saying they're lying about that, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the thing that the case manager said that you said they're lying about that too.
Yes.
Mike, come on in. How you feel?
I'm ready to pass. I'm walking into battle where I need certain types of experts, and I've got them.
And so those things are all true, but what I want to talk about is people on the other table are not your. This is a bout. This is a boxing match.
Yep.
This is pugilism. You have to punch and get punched.
I can take a lot of punches then.
100 jury trials under my belt. One thing has always been true, regardless of the criminal offense. It's going to come down to do the jurors like you? Was Michael a good parent? Was Michael a good person? Did Michael Barnett abandon his 23-year-old daughter? You're being judged because remember the question is, did Michael Barnett abandon his 23-year-old daughter? The jury is looking to see if you host those negative qualities. The biggest part is they're going to listen to your daughter. They're going to listen to what she has to say.
He doesn't even want to acknowledge the fact that that was still your daughter at the end of the day.
How are you going to respond to that in front of those four people?
That's the part I don't understand. Why did they adopt her if they knew that she had a disability?
Yeah.
That they couldn't handle it.
I think they wanted to torture her in the beginning because there's some people, like that one couple that adopted those boys and then they were,
Oh, the twins? Oh, yeah.
and they were molesting them and stuff. So it's the same thing. Some people out there adopt, like there was one people that adopted kids just to use them as slaves. Like people out there are just sick. That's all it is. I mean, and adoption agencies just want to get rid of kids because they have too many.
Yeah. The system is messed up too.
Yeah. So it goes on both ends.
Yeah.
It's not just one-sided.
Basically, what I'm trying to say in a nice way is sometimes you can have a great case that's good. The state still wins. this is only about Michael, it is imperative that you not bring up Christine. We're not defending Christine Barnett. We'll only be saying Michael Barnett, Michael Barnett, Michael Barnett. The parameters of this thing is, did Michael Barnett neglect his 23-year-old daughter? If you're a juror and you're hearing that this person's incapable, would it be helpful to you to see her capabilities in a multitude of areas? So we have different video clips. Let's play it, let's discuss it, let's see what we got.
Natalia Barnett running without assistance in 21.
That's going to be good.
And this is at your house, Michael?
This is at my house in Westfield. This is after the first attempt at Christine. So she's able to do.
What we use that for is to show that the diminished capacity that they're speaking of in Lafayette seems to be kind of an aberration because she was totally capable, but and nothing in her life changed other than her geographical location. Next video.
Okay. So you gave me 60, so that's 20, and then that's from the 60.
Okay, no.
Oh,
Keep
thank
down.
you. Oh, thank you.
All right, so I'll text you when I'm gonna make my next
Yes.
payment. Okay, friend.
Yes, just try to drop it. Hold on, not yet. Not yet. Issues, guys. To stay focused and not get arrogant because we have a strong case. We're gonna try. I'm trying to kick this girl's ass. I'm not trying to be her friend.
Natalia, her age only 50, she was only 8 years old. Her knowledge wasn't there.
Well, she wasn't 8 years old. She was an adult.
It sounds like you're trying to make excuses for a woman who dumped her child.
Well, that's his job, so.
No, hold on, Jackie. That's not my job to make excuses, ma'am.
Stop calling me ma'am. My name is Miss Weaver or Kenna. You can call me the board. Hey, you need to stay out of this. You're not part of this. Hey, stop it. The Barnetts, what they did is wrong. They're a disgrace. I think that they're crooks. How dare you play with a human being's life? What are you thinking? You know, it'd be nice to see some
Okay, give me a
some
moment.
vengeance, some justice for that. I hope my testimony can reveal the truth. I hope my testimony can help Natalia. I hope she can read this because she's had a lot of people, professionals, even let her down.
How you guys
She needs
doing?
a wing over and she needs protected because she's up against a lot.
Today is the day. I'm getting ready to face my destiny. A lot of things going through my mind right now. Almost a sense of relief that's here. And an hour, literally an hour. I'll be sitting in front of the judge and it's game time. On stage, my role is gonna be. Here's some of you guys sitting still.
Put tools away right now. Sorry. Hold on. Hold on.
I'm Tracy Grant outside Tippecanoe County Courthouse for day one of the Michael Barnett trial. It's a simple question. Did Michael Barnett abandon his 24-year-old daughter?
The Barnetts have to be held accountable. You should be ashamed of yourself. You put someone through hell, and it was a child that you put through hell who already had a disability and issues and obstacles that she was going to have to overcome, and you put her through hell. Good people don't do that. If there's no justice to
truth comes out and all will understand, and that God is with her every step of the way. Amen. And so it be.
A global audience is eagerly awaiting the outcome of one of the biggest trials of the year. But due to Indiana state law, cameras are not permitted inside the courtroom during the trial. Today, jurors heard from the manager of the apartment building where the Barnetts placed Natalia. Prosecutors tried to prove not enough was done for her to live her daily life comfortably. Detective Brandon Davenport says Michael had a lot to say about how Christine Barnett and Natalia were constantly at odds.
You know why you picked Lafayette?
She said to me, Lafayette is a white trash town. No one's gonna care. No one's gonna notice.
Hearing that comment that Christine said, Lafayette is a white trash town, no one's going to care about her, is not good for the defense.
Yeah, why?
Michael's associated with Chris, that's his wife at the time, so yeah, that's not good.
No, we. Oh.
I got a call from my office staff telling me this article in the paper. One of the witnesses claimed that Michael allegedly made this statement to him when they were leaving Natalia for Lafayette because it's a white trash town. Now it's in the paper. We got to figure out how to prove it. We got the entire city.
We have to clean all these too.
My client. I think once he understands the gravity of what's going on, I'm pretty sure he's going to decompose it right now. Because right now, this was we got to smoke our way out of this. This changes everything.
Day 3 of the state of Indiana versus Michael Barnett brought the star witness, Natalia Barnett, to the courtroom. Using a walker, Natalia was held onto the stand to face the man who adopted her and allegedly abandoned her 2 years later. Prosecutors gave Natalia room to describe her medical condition and how much pain it causes her. The biggest bombshell in the courtroom was when Kennard asked Natalia her birthday, and she had to say 1989. That reinforced the fact that this case was not going to be based on age. Towards the end of her testimony, Natalia broke down in tears.
Natalia was the last witness in the prosecution's case in chief, and she was cross-examined by Michael's attorney. She was asked a series of questions where she couldn't remember the answers, and she was chided and challenged and criticized for not remembering. The jurors don't know that Anna Gaba is Natalia's biological mother and that Natalia was born in 2003. So these questions she's being asked and details she doesn't remember involve times when she was 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. No wonder she doesn't remember. I can't wrap my head around the fact that jurors don't know the most fundamental fact in this whole saga, and that is, how old is Natalia Barnett really?
After closing arguments were completed, observers in the courtroom said it seemed like a draw. It could go either way. And now, it's in the hands of the jury.
How you guys doing?
My entire life changes forever.
Most of us seem to call you American.
These are all my cases that I use to have like clean tools in it.
She should be my granddaughter. She didn't end up being my granddaughter.
1 o'clock on Thursday, why not?
As a lawyer, I don't know how you're gonna sit and
Everything that they said in their case was
act like he's so good.
They'll go get her ass. Every jury is different. No commonality other than they're in a assigned task. Listen to this information and make a decision.
nationwide, prosecutors win 98% of their cases. Yet most of them plead, but they also win about the same percentage of trials. Trials are hard to win.
Where was this 98% stuff 3 years ago?
You were told you had no choice. Now the word really begins.
I need to spray. 1 minute again. We're gonna have to spray each one and clean it, wipe it down.
Probably the best judge for this case. His temperament is even. He gives both sides respect. Oh my God, damn it. Yep, that's the court. What else?
I don't know how you're gonna be drinking beer still on the job.
Not a question. Okay, I'm gonna go vomit and then I'll be right there. That was quick. Quick and fast. Let's do it.
Sir. I just have numbness come wash all over me. I can't think, I can't feel.
I gets 1 tool each, just like this. And it's clean. So we're just gonna put it like right here. Because we need to wipe down that part too.
Jury deliberations have concluded in the Michael Barnett trial, reaching a verdict in just a couple of hours.
He got a whole new wife and everything. I think it might be a little too loud. Okay. And then we just gotta, basically just gotta keep spraying them, cleaning them, wiping them down. I'm ready for the new tools to get in because all of them just got cleaned. This is just disinfectant, salon grade disinfectant. Oh my God, so dramatic. They're such fakers, I swear they are. Oh my God, it's the camera. just sitting there just crying for the camera. How are you guys doing? I need to tone my hair too and everything. One moment. Okay, we're back. Oh, my phone died. All days have to go into the pedicure. I just have to clean all these ones too. I throw away all the ones that are broken because I'm like, there is no point in trying to keep them. I would try to keep them, but no, I'm not doing that anymore. It's broken, it's broken. late mic drop, lights out. The what? Wait, what? Wait, what? I cannot hear that one word you just said.
I say you're gonna have to show me how to turn on the grill because when you or her are not here, I don't know what to do. I like to grill my chicken.
My dad's the one that showed me how to grill. Let's see if I can take this out. Freaking cat. I need the screw gun. And then I put all of them inside here. See? I put them just so they can be like somewhat organized, I guess. It's easy to grab too. I drink a little bit of water and now I have to freaking pee all the time. up a bunch of water yesterday too. Natalia speaks. Work here so much more than I do any other tool. I've lost or broken so many tools. Put these away. Today is this.
Usually, Adobe stories
where it's like, it's annoying having it clean. Yay. All these cords too. What is this cord do? Gotta put everything away. Hello. Gonna wrap all these up. I'm waiting for the phone to charge because my phone freaking died. We have these. Do some nails with those. Something. Oh shoot. I'm gonna put these away. Today I should be having another client, but my phone just died. So I was trying to get that charged up. This charger freaking sucks. These are all the drill bits I have. There's some more. Take this one out. Oh yeah, see? Freaking messages. I can't show you the number. Hello? Hello? Okay, give me a moment. Here I come. Bye-bye. She's already here. She's like 10 minutes early. Goes away. Now we kind of gotta speed it up. Even though they're like 10 minutes early, it's still fine. watch people crying on TV. I'm like, I don't even know if you're telling the truth. You're trying so hard to cry too. Dirty. These go with the pedicure stuff. Right here, these. I just used these, so everything's always falling.
Chicanis took me to the adoption agency. I remember being told to just sit outside the room and just wait. And the Chicanis would go first and talk to Michael and Christine, the boys. I remember waiting for a while. Like, I felt like finally the Chicanis came out.
How are you? Good.
And I remember running up to Michael and giving him a hug, and I called him back because the Chicanis told me that Michael and Christine were
Mom, your first client for
into
today?
this Christine.
Oh, no.
Told me she was like, we're gonna be okay. And I remember still being very sad because I believe I cried too. She was like, it's okay. They acted like they wanted me to be their daughter. So all I thought was just, they're gonna love me. But
What were we thinking?
I think I trust them too fast.
About the same thing, but different color.
Nice.
My name is Jackie Scarpa. I was the lead deputy prosecutor on the State versus Barnett cases. There are things I'm going to tell you that you probably haven't heard from anyone else that are probably true. As we were conducting this investigation and talking to witnesses, it was clear that there was something going on that was unusual to say the least. From the time that Natalia came to the Barnetts in April of 2010, there continued to be a pattern of saying, well, we don't know how old Natalia is. We think she's this age. We think she's an adult. When in fact, they had been told repeatedly by multiple medical professionals that that wasn't the case. They were working to hide, really, that they ever had any connection with Natalia. Because they also claimed that they didn't have any records at all about Natalia's prior medical history, and yet they were providing to the school system medical records from before she was with them. Michael lied when he said he never met the child. He lied when he said this was a closed adoption. A closed adoption, by definition, means no information about or contact with the prior family. Not only do we have Natalia's account of the Chicanes and Barnett's meeting at Adoption by Shepherd Court, but we have email exchanges between the Barnetts and the Chicanes. And the email exchanges included the executive director of Adoption by Shepherd Care. They were talking to both families. There were also signed contracts. And the Chicanes and Barnetts were involved in a legal proceeding within a few months of Natalia in Florida because there were complications with the adoption. But for some reason, Michael hid this fact. And he led us to believe that Adoption by Shepherd Care was the sole adoption agency brokering the adoption of Natalia. But that's not true.
Get this phone call out of the meeting for Adoption by Shepherd Care. Get this phone call from Adoption by Shepherd Care. I have nobody to trust except for the experts involved. In this case, it's going to be Adoption by Shepherd Care.
But Gateway Woods was their adoption agency. Michael never mentions Gateway Woods. What?
I remember after we left the adoption agency, we went to this funeral. And I remember seeing the Chicanes. And I remember pointing them out. I was like, hey, it's Mom. And then Christine was like, that's not Mom. I'm your mom. And I was like, oh. Like, I didn't really know what to say to that. I was worried, like, I hope I don't do something wrong.
We get to the hotel that night, and it's a joint give on brand new Dawn Renown. And I hear a shout from the back. She's Michael. Oh God. And Natalia had told people.
The first night, Christine gave me a bath, and like she never mentioned anything to me about your parents or anything like that. I didn't know what that thing was. Like, nobody spoke to me like that to me. I was 6, about to be 7 one night. I don't know why they said what they said. I don't remember Michael ever coming to that. Honestly, I don't. Like, I just remember Christine was helping me get dressed, and then he was getting ready to go to bed. I don't remember, calling Michael or anything. I don't remember Christine doing any of that. I just don't understand why the Barnetts